And we are back from break. We have chip counts to update you on. Go ahead and send it to Paul.
Oh, yeah. 16. Yeah, 1, 2? Or no? It'll be 153. I'll check you guys up after 1, 2. Am I big one again? I was under the gun.
Let me turn my mic on.
I said 153.
We've got Corey in first with 16,250. Max with 86.70. Or I'm sorry, Bobby with 87.25. Max with 86.25.
It was a joke.
We have Suited Dan, Trevor actually playing for Suited Dan with 7,225, followed by Marco, who is being played for by Rudy this evening with 5,150. We have Mark with 3,800, Paul Moskowitz with 2,800, and Robert is our short stack with 1,375 chips. Let's see what he can do.
Let me get a good hand in the big blind.
All right, we got a couple ace-8s.
Corey waking up with sixes.
Corey with sixes. Rob with queen 10 suited. No, he doesn't want to go with that.
I think Rob's going to look for a spot to shove.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Good.
Okay.
We have Corey in the
Mark
lead with
bets
6.
1,200.
Mark bets 12. Corey may take one off here with sixes.
Corey has enough chips to call just about anybody.
Yeah.
Looks like Bobby might be having trouble with his eye as well.
All hands above the table.
Please tell the dealer to
Yeah.
make it really awkward.
No feeler bet.
We have Corey still trying to figure out what Mark might be doing.
What is it? Corey is all in.
Corey putting Mark to the test here.
I think Mark will lay this down. Well, maybe not. No, he picked it up and put it down. I think this is the longest hand ever played in the history of Chase the Bracelet.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. Mark not sure if Corey's just making a move here or not.
I'm not sure Mark will like the odds with an ace and an 8 already gone. He makes the call. Yeah, you can't call there, Mark.
And he doesn't, and he folds it. Shows an ace 8.
Mark folds 8s.
On ace 8, actually, I believe.
Yeah, he would have gone all in with 8s, I think. Corey chipping up some more.
I knew you'd call him, I'm sure Frank walked away.
What? Not you're good. 75. I'll just leave that up.
I was trying to stop and go there,
Thanks, bud. Make sure you
Yeah,
do
no
what
problem.
you're supposed to do.
Of course, the shove is the actual stop and go. Yeah, if he's got ace king,
Yeah, if he
unless it's
shoves.
diamonds. Pre-flop, you're calling, you have ace king or ace queen, you're calling, it's there too. That's a little. It didn't matter. Better read that section.
That's a,
Really?
yeah, I can
Okay.
reproduce it.
I can go all night. Oh, reflex.
Max with 10s. Mark with a king 9 suited. Bobby with queen jack.
That's on my album.
Rudy with king 9 of spades.
Raised to 900 by Max.
That should take it down now.
First stack will be Max.
Mark, how much did you have there pre-flop in that neutral?
Nobody with a lot of anything here.
20. What'd you bet?
Yeah.
I bet if it folds around to Trevor, he's going to take the lead here.
He had 3 when he got 12.
Maybe, if you have an open pair, maybe that's.
Well, it's just, yeah.
Fold around to Bobby with an ace.
Looks like Bobby made a raise with an ace.
Bobby bet 700.
Robert short stacked has to let it go.
Coming
I started-
from
yeah, I
you,
started
from you
to go
looks
with
pretty
30.
strong too, so.
Started the hand with 38.
Rudy to act first.
Rudy's been very quiet so far tonight. Expect him to start mixing it up here pretty soon. There he comes with 5s. Let's see what he does.
Rudy raises to 1300.
Under the gun, he makes it 1,300 to go.
That's a huge raise.
I believe blinds are 150 and 3.
See, Rob wants to go with ace rag.
Oh, 1075.
Robert is all in.
All in for
I think-
less.
1075.
Look, guys, roll over.
Rudy a
Fives.
4-1 favored here.
Ace 4.
I folded in the
You motherfucker.
I had ace four
too.
too.
I had the ace of spades. I just need the craft and 4 diamonds. Not a diamond. Oh, there's one. Still the 3 of 5 and
That's a redraw.
Oh, wait.
You got it now?
That's,
Ace suit.
Robert hoping for a 3.
He's gained out
Three.
one.
Ian with a 4 on the river. Robert goes out in 8th place.
Robert out in 8th place.
Corey will be the winner this season.
I folded it.
Like to be the first to congratulate Corey.
And I'd like to be the second.
Won the season 4 Chase the Bracelet champion.
Let me know whenever Tony is ready. We're at it.
Very well played this year by Corey.
Definitely.
No, I already have it.
That's right, you needed 2 then.
Very impressed the way he played the last few weeks.
Every time somebody raises, just shove. Right. My normal game. Play my normal game.
Go Marco on there.
Go Marco.
Corey not changing his game up at all. He's played solid. He's made the right plays when he's had to, and that's what's got him this far.
Trevor raises to 725.
Congratulations, Corey.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's quite an achievement.
Rudy folds the big
Welcome,
blind.
Rob.
So what do you think of tonight's game?
It was a lot tighter from the guys, near the bottom than I thought. I mean, Rudy obviously is not Marco. Marco's here. It's a whole different game because I got a feeling he's shoving just about every hand.
Definitely playing a
Mark
lot
back
more
first.
hands, I think, than Rudy will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a lot of surprise plays today.
What'd you think of that hand with Ed and Corey?
If I'm Corey and I just have to literally fold my way until somebody's out, I don't know if I can make that call. If I'm Ed, that's the play I absolutely make. I just can't believe he missed all those outs. I think he had like 13 outs.
It wasn't
I
quite
believe
that.
he had 9.
Yeah, it didn't because cards that were going.
Yes, he.
Oh, because okay.
It was pretty much a coin flip.
Yeah.
On the turn he had 8. On the river he had 9. So he was about 43%.
300 bet by Rudy.
Oh my
Paul.
God, this never happens to Paul Moskowitz.
I think
Paul
Paul's
flops
dancing
the
in his
fold.
chair here.
Call by Moskowitz.
He just gets to check. Rudy with a straight draw.
Oh, 6 would be a beautiful river card for Paul. Yeah, you can't get that lucky.
And Rudy only fired on the turn.
Yeah,
Now he's firing
gonna
again
field
on the river.
fire again.
625.
625 bet by Rudy.
And Paul's putting on the acting shoes here.
Oh, this is awful. This is worse than me, I think.
No,
I don't
Not
know. I'm
quite.
pretty bad.
No,
Not
you're
quite.
the worst actor here.
You'd have shoved by now.
You'd have shoved on the flop. And
Paul
jumped
checked
up.
his hand. I think everyone else at the table knows what Paul's going to do. He just doesn't yet. You can see him dancing with his entire stack.
Moskowitz all in.
2200 total.
2200 total.
And Rudy with a 5 high.
Now,
I'm going to go out on a
Rudy
limb
putting
and say he folds.
Yeah, Rudy putting a little Hollywood in there and hesitating before he rocks.
Although Paul might not have been Hollywood. He might have been counting to make sure there was only 2 clubs out there, 10 times before he shoved.
Favorite seat going up.
Not every day you flop the full house.
And have the last name of Moskowitz.
Especially when you're Paul Moskowitz playing an A7.
No, but getting back to the hand with Ed and Corey, we were talking before we started, and in season 1, him and I were the two that could win it.
Uh-huh.
We were mixing it up
Yep.
more than anybody else.
Oh, absolutely. But you
Like,
guys, if I
150,
remember that
300.
season right, you guys played a lot of hands anyways.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely.
5 minutes,
And
26
Corey-
seconds in the blind.
for the most part during the season, especially early on, hasn't played a ton of hands.
Corey
So
raises to 750.
I think what we saw is that Corey last week opened up very early when he was catching hands, and it just kind of allowed him to place very well when he needed to. And then today, he could have played it one or two ways. He could have folded down and just kind of waited for hands, or he could have said, you know what, I have the hands, and you guys absolutely believe that I'm just going to fold for first place, and I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm just going to play any 2 cards. It helps if any 2 cards happen to be ace-king against an ace-high flush draw, and, the draw doesn't hit,
right.
so...
Mark, short stack, lets the ace-10 go. And in this situation, it was probably the right play with
2 players, Corey
Rudy
back
having
first.
an ace-10 also, and an ace hits on the window. And Mark's disgusted because he knows Corey calling there.
See if Corey and Rudy, I don't think have played together very often.
At all, I don't think. The only time Rudy's played this year, he subbed for Corey.
Corey bets 1100. Rudy all in.
Corey gonna let it go. Even with a big
Corey
stack, he still makes the right plays. And Rudy shows the ace.
Rudy showed an ace.
I don't agree with giving up free information.
One thing Mark does, he's always showing up.
I'm all for getting everybody else to give away anything they can, but
I'll take it probably because it went all the way to the ones. Although Paul must have had things showed.
Mark with King 10. I think we're going to get it in here.
Marco.
Well, maybe not.
Rudy's
got
going to
his-
raise.
He got
Ace
his
10
cards
suited.
over the.
Raise to 11.
Rudy raises to 1100.
15 total.
He did get it in there with King 10.
Mark Cutifello all in for 1500
And
straight.
Rudy will
And for
absolutely
400
call.
more, Rudy's
Rudy
going to
calls.
turn over the favorite.
Raise or king, please.
Give him a royal. Royal over royal.
10, 3, 4.
You got more outs
Wait for it.
Queen.
Waiting for it.
Mark with a lot of outs here. 9.
Sweats on.
And a 3 on the river will eliminate Mark in 7th place.
Keep me on your list for like I like getting your events. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I get your text.
Let's see if Mark stops by. He doesn't stop by.
Mark.
Mhm.
Don't forget the guy that really took care of you.
Dealer holding up the game.
Hey, early on you did that.
Good, thanks. Yes, he did. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he got the lines.
Wow, you're going to stop in this week?
That buttons.
Oh, all right.
We have Paul with a king queen offsuiting.
Sit down and talk a little bit. You haven't
Max
talked all
raises to
year.
900.
You storm out just as bad as I do.
Ain't that the truth?
Well, Mark, disappointing finish after such a strong start.
I
huh?
know, it really was.
You got coolered a few times for some big
Yeah.
pots, though.
Takes it down.
The ace-10 there is the one you should have went with.
Really? What did Rudy have? Like ace
Ace
jack?
10.
He did on that hand?
Yeah. Yeah, when he just flats their A's, you should shove.
Yeah, once he flat,
I
I thought they both, one of them had a bigger ace than me. So I would have got it, and Corey
Max
would have
back
called.
first.
Yeah, absolutely, and I don't think Rudy.
We
would
have
once
Trevor
Corey did.
with a king queen offsuiting.
Oh, okay.
So I think you'd have won a big pot there.
I don't.
Corey may even ice.
Bobby raises to 600.
Did Moskowitz have 3 aces that one? A couple hands ago?
Oh, yeah, flop the full house.
We cannot see Bobby's cards.
And did
Yeah, well, you couldn't tell by that awful acting job he did. And then went.
Trevor calls.
Did Bobby River set a 10s against Trevor?
Full house, yeah. Yeah, he hit the 10. Well, Trevor only.
Bobby
hit
with the open-ended straight
Trevor,
draw.
Trevor raised him on the flop.
Excellent, Trevor. Checks. Both players check.
Bobby catches his pair.
Susie Dan has slimmed down considerably.
These two are going to get in some pots.
Well, I like playing.
Oh, they love
650
playing
bet
each
by
other.
Trevor.
Bobby was just bottom pair. Yeah, watching these two play is fun.
Bobby folds.
I guess Max can see my cards. And I don't understand. Like, C-bet. He had no draw. I mean, he had two big
Oh,
cards,
he
but he had
jacked
no
first.
draw. I mean, he just flat called. I mean, like it was nothing.
He does that a lot.
Blinds are up to 200, 400, 16 minutes, 56
He
seconds
did
left in
that
the blinds.
earlier. Trevor raised with ace king. He called with ace jack. Flop came up 9 high. Went check.
Bobby with an ace king here.
Then the turn comes up. Trevor bet and Max flatted.
Raised to 800 by Bobby.
I'm like, you call there. Why wouldn't you lead out on the flop if you're gonna call there? Like check to you.
Oh.
Because what do you beat? You know what I mean? With Trevor's either betting a pair or a big ace.
What did Corey have the hand when I let out? Pocket fours?
I believe so.
He went all in with?
Sixes.
Sixes.
Did he flop a set?
No. There was just one, or he had, there was just one.
We
over.
raised 1800 by
He
Corey.
had the win. He was ahead.
Yeah,
Slightly.
yeah, there was only one over two. Whatever
Looks like
Corey had-
Corey
whatever
re-raises
Corey had,
Bobby.
There was one over two. So he was putting you
I
on
had,
not having
I
that
had
pair.
pockets 8 and it came out jack high and I led 1200.
Let's see what Bobby does
You
with
had
ace king
eight,
here.
yeah.
No, I had pocket 8s.
Oh, it showed ace 8 on our board. The one where
Bobby
you,
messes all
where you
in.
said you were doing a stop and go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it showed ace
I
8
know,
on
I
our
had
board.
pocket 8s.
Oh wow.
Bobby, I believe, has about
He misread
7,000.
Yeah, no, he had sixes.
58.75.
Bobby with 58.75 behind.
58.75 total.
Not going to be pushed around by Corey.
Well, we thought he had ace 8. He said he did have eights.
I had pocket 8s. I wouldn't have called his raise.
Showed an 8.
Yeah, it
We'll
showed
have
ace
to
8.
look afterwards.
Yeah, it showed ace 8 on our screen.
Yeah, I had pocket 8s.
Train, we will have to check that deck after the game. Just check how they read.
Check what?
Just to check how the cards read. One of them read wrong earlier. Corey lets it go.
I showed the table in my pocket.
Corey
Oh,
folds.
because Tony said that, and we.
You should have just shoved pre-flop. He put me all in with. Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah.
I just wanted, since I wasn't.
Looks like Max takes down the hand. Good game, Mark.
Let's see you. Let me know when the next V game is. Hey, let me know when you guys do your championship game. I want to see that.
Action on Moskowitz
Okay.
stacked first.
He's in a World Series of Poker main event league.
Yep.
They're giving 2 seats.
See ya.
Nice.
There, Mark.
Nobody with much of anything here. Let's see if Trevor raises with a king 9. We are 6-handed. King 9 definitely gets a lot more value. And just like that, you pick up 600.
Well, the only things we're battling for now are second and third place to see who gets invited back for next season.
Definitely looking Bobby and suited Dan or Trevor in this case definitely have very good chances.
I think Paul's the only one left that can catch. Bob, he can't.
Paul's way down.
Oh, is he? Oh, is he second away?
It is probably. I think Max might have a shot depending on how.
Oh,
they
that's
miss.
right. Max is. I was thinking Paul was behind me.
195.
Max
Max is 10 behind. Max has to place at least first.
Raised to 1,000
second,
by
third,
Trevor.
Fourth,
Playing for suited Dan.
at least fifth to do anything.
So
Yes.
it's most likely going to be
I'll
Corey,
hold.
Suited Dan, and Bobby with the top 3.
Right. I think
Ed's
Bobby'd have to go
gone.
out next for
Ed's
Max to have a
gone.
shot, right?
You're gone. So if Bobby or Trevor go out next, Max, that's the only chance Max has.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Corey to act first.
Trevor with an ace 10.
See how Rudy plays a suited queen 9.
on the button. Let's see what he does.
Trevor raises to 1,000. All players fold.
Bobby stares him down with the fold. Respect.
I can't tell you that one. That's too much respect. Like it's,
Trevor to act first.
I have 9 in my hand. Don't you already know? Yep. I know you probably watched every tape and recorded how often I pulled my big blinds for very good.
I've got the stats
I'm
right
saying,
there.
he probably does have a real stat on it.
Corey picks up jacks.
Yeah, but nobody else
That's
got
why I
much
thought-
anything.
Not me, I'm not saying nothing.
Never hurts as a chip leader to pick up
No.
hands like this.
Especially when you've been playing a lot of hands lately, too. Somebody might do something dumb against you.
Bobby calls.
Oh, wow.
Corey checks his option.
Corey checks jacks there.
And that's the flop that you hope for.
Bobby bets 400. 400 to bet.
Min bet.
I'd like to see a min raise.
Raised to 1,100 by Corey.
Bobby just, was he? Wow, Bobby. I
Bobby
think Bobby's
calls.
floating this to try and take it away.
$1,200 bet by Bobby.
Bobby pushing out small bets.
Bobby's trying to level him here.
And I think he just gets Corey to call.
Corey calls.
Well, Corey's got to be scared of just about anything. Bobby could limp in with so many hands in the small blind. They could have two paired.
See if Bobby can fire the third shot at it.
When you slow play a big hand like that, you got to be willing to slow down. I think Corey will fold here.
How much is it?
18.
1,800 bet by Bobby.
Might not be enough to get Corey to fold.
I think it will. Not positive, but I think it will. Bobby has no idea Corey's got such a big hand, though. It'd be a great call if he can make it. Looks like he's going to make the call.
I just don't think it was enough. Corey has such a huge stack that he's willing to take a risk with jacks here.
Good call.
Good check.
Good call.
Corey called with
Bobby
jacks.
not wanting to show. That's why he just said good call.
Bobby gets called and still doesn't show his cards.
Yeah, that's where I always make them show. I want to see what they're trying to do.
I think seeing good call, though, definitely lets you know that Bobby knew he was beat.
Oh, yeah. Well, he knew if he got called, he was beat.
Let's watch Phil Galafon's lecture on when scare cards not actually scare cards.
Trevor with nines.
Nines in
Paul
the big
with,
blind.
Paul with an ace queen.
Say limp in the big blind with jacks.
That's
He hit a hand earlier. He had ace queen suited when he's only got like 3,000.
Moskowitz all in,
Flats
3,300.
were like 1,000 and check folds on the flop.
Oh my! Oh yeah, I remember the
Yeah.
hand.
And he
Obviously, I
showed
didn't
the
know
ace
it.
queen before he had ace jack.
Oh my goodness.
See, what I enjoy a lot about Trevor's game is he definitely watches what everyone else does before he makes any action. He doesn't look at his cards. He's not trying to figure out what can I do with my cards. He wants to know what you're going to do first.
Trevor calls for
I'm a
suited
big
jam.
fan of that.
Paul disgusted. Why would you?
Let's leave race out.
No, I didn't see the other cards, but looks like we lost some aces and queens, huh? And
Ooh.
Paul getting all kinds of outs here.
Moskowitz doubles up.
Oh, the river card never
And
showed.
we do not see the river card, but it didn't matter.
River
Paul,
was 7 of diamonds, guys.
7 of diamonds on the river. Paul doubles up.
Somebody asked Paul if he still never wins races.
My name is Paul Moskowitz, and I never win races.
I really wish Corey would put his
Rudy back
sunglasses
first.
on with his open shirt. He'd kind of be pulling off the David Hasselhoff look.
Later, raise to 11.
Raised to 1,100 by
Somebody
Rudy.
throw a burger on the floor, see if he eats it.
5 minutes, 19 seconds left in the
I don't
bottom.
think he's that drunk. Marco might.
Well, yeah, Mark would do it sober.
Phil never got over like 2-4. He just couldn't handle it.
Everybody folds to Rudy's raise. Moskowitz stack first.
Tony hoping this game ends quick enough for him to make his bowling league.
Looks like a shirt you would wear, Rob.
I have almost that exact same
I
shirt,
was going to say, I've got one.
except mine I think has the Rat Pack on one side, going up and down the white stripe.
Bobby
with
with
nines.
nines.
Very early position.
Raised to 1,000 by Bobby. Call by Rudy.
Rudy defends with the king 8 suited.
Rudy to act first.
I was going to say, I think I played around 100 hands today.
Both players
And I
check.
think I got a flush once.
Bobby all in.
I played last
Rudy
Monday
folds.
at the Norton Poker League, and then let's see, there's 4 blind levels before break. I went out to third hand after break, had aces 3 times and ace king 3 times, and won 1 hand.
Bobby to act first.
It was a fun night.
Those are the nights you remember.
I mean, if your plan was I think it would, then it's not that bad.
I think the best part about this season is so far we have had 4 seasons, and we will have 4 different champions.
What you thought it was? Are you giving him a chance? Is that your plan with it? Stops it? You waiting for
Can't play this card.
I'm still a firm believer in the most wins in one season should be the deciding factor.
1,100
Who's
raised
the
by
best.
Rudy.
Well, I have a bracelet to show that it didn't really matter if you won more than me, Paul.
I have one too.
So,
Yeah, but the season you won, nobody played.
Folds.
Paul could have folded his way and taken that bracelet away, but I still remember his ace-jack suited that he folded to Missy's BS fire out on the flop, and he just didn't have the guts to call. If I remember, she had 10-6 offsuit and missed everything.
I think you sucked out on me a couple times that season, too.
First, just tell me somebody I didn't suck out on playing cards.
But
2
that's
minutes,
what it
28
takes.
seconds
Ed
left in the
Werkler
lines.
will tell you all about sucking out on.
I don't know if I want to hear these stories about you.
No, this is a PG story.
Rudy with ace king suited. Not a whole lot else going on here, though.
Nope, and he has Paul behind him. We
Raised to 1600 by Rudy.
cannot see Bobby's cards. And ace 4.
Bobby all in.
And Bobby
got
should
it.
Ball
be
by
the
Rudy.
next one
Bobby gonna
to
be
get
disgusted.
hit.
I'd like to welcome Bobby Miller to the booth.
No.
Well, if anybody runs lucky in these
Right,
situations,
here
it's
comes the
Bobby.
deuce 3-5 of clubs.
Or 3 4s on the flop.
Yeah, the four's coming for sure. You know it. I know it. We all know it. It's gonna come four.
See Bobby tonight at the shoe here in about 15 minutes. Looks like a 4 on the flop.
Oh my
Yep.
God.
I told you.
We need at least one more.
I do.
Not sufficient.
7 of diamonds. Looks like Bobby's
Nobody has a diamond. King for
Looks like Bobby might
Rudy's
double
got
up.
2 outs.
and with a queen on the river. Bobby
Oh my
doubles
God.
up. My horse will probably play another season.
I put it right here, actually. Yeah, I said it right here.
However, if
I
I
don't know.
come in next season, I don't want him to win.
Bobby was saying the night he sat the whole night in here that he might like to commentate. Him and Trevor both.
Looks like you and I could play again, Paul.
1 minute
sure the
left
fans
at
would love
200, 400.
I'm much better at talking about it.
I'm gonna keep my lips sealed on that one.
Not for any reason.
In a structure like this, you definitely have to be able
Trevor
to play,
Dack first.
basically 12 different games of poker. Trying to play the same game more than once is just so difficult when they can go back and watch you an unlimited amount of times.
That was what, the first season. Almost nobody went back and watched anything.
Rudy,
It's-
2000 and all in.
It's a good advantage to go back and just watch how everybody's playing. It definitely makes it easier to, just to see what they're raising with or when they might raise or how you can get chips out of them.
It goes like this.
Line it up, yeah. Line it up, 3-6.
So next season will be the first season
No
without
doubt.
Paul
300,
and Rob.
600.
Yeah.
Correct.
18
All new
minutes left in
players
this
next
blind.
year. I mean,
Max stack
from the
first.
original cast. I wouldn't mind seeing a tournament between like all the maybe the top 3 from each season,
That'd be kind of fun.
because I think that would be fun.
After season 10, if we have 9 different bracelet winners, would be a great
Raised to
return of the
1200 by
champions,
Bobby.
or at least a game with all of us in there.
Gonna reach this on good? Not to touch that. I don't think it's
All players fold.
Never calling.
Bobby shows a 3-4 spades.
If anyone else has any other ideas on how we could improve or change Chase the Bracelet, leave us a comment on our Facebook page. That's facebook.com/Chase the Bracelet.
Three and I had the queen. You're like, come on, heart.
Find
Four
this
flush,
king.
four flush, three hearts. I deserve. I'll do.
Rudy Dack first.
Oh, God, I hate that phrase. I was due.
Well, Bobby with ace 4 again. I don't think he's going to play it quite the same way.
Such a weird.
13.
Raised to 1300 by Corey.
Yeah.
Trevor folded. Max folded.
Show one. Show one. Show your weakest card. Show your weakest card.
He had a 9.
Paul Moskowitz stacked first.
I think he means Paul Moskowitz first to fold.
We still need the Moskowitz folds button.
Paul with an ace 9.
Fold.
Fold.
Should see Bobby open here with a king queen.
Bobby raises 1200.
Trevor may call with an ace 8. No, he doesn't.
He has to give Bobby respect sooner or later.
I thought he might call with an ace there on the button. Well, let's see if
Rudy all in.
Rudy
King
can get
six.
lucky now.
Rudy, who's all
Bobby,
in
king,
protecting
queen.
his blind.
It's coming. There's a king coming for sure. That's
Bobby with an ace to call.
I think he got Marco his second best finish of the year, though.
Probably. I think, didn't Rudy finish? Oh, no, he wasn't playing for Marco that night, was he?
With a queen on the flop, that all but seals the deal for Bobby. The 10 on the turn gives Bobby the check.
Thanks for your help.
Rudy playing for Marco is out in 6.
And I believe that gives us our top.
Yep, pleasure.
You know, I was like trying.
This is like sad.
Hey, a little bit.
Listen,
It is sad as they're leaving. It is.
listen,
It's sad
listen.
to me.
Welcome, Rudy.
Yesterday at the shoe, I was saying what's the main thing possible to say to people. Like after I beat him in the head, I was like,
Kind of ran into it, didn't I?
Yeah, there ain't much you can do there.
Well, I was short stacked, and I
Raise
figured
to
any face card
1300
I was
by
going to
Corey.
go with it no matter what. So.
Well, the bad
Three
one
of
is
spades
ace king
exposed.
and losing to ace 4.
Yes.
Yeah, we said, if anybody can spike a 4, it's
Oh, it's right in the window.
first card off, yeah.
That's right. You're so sad when he said that.
I don't know. I kind of had an idea that he was pushing.
Oh, he's going to shove. And just about any 2 face cards, any ace, any pair. Now he's got a big stack.
Yeah.
I know.
Corey
Unfortunately,
back first.
I was actually surprised that I had chips left when we counted it down. I did not realize I was ahead of him in chips.
Yeah, he was pretty low.
There's
Paul
a hand.
Moskowitz with ace king.
13 minutes left in the blind.
And Corey with a king queen.
Corey raises to 1300.
Let's see if Paul just flats here again and
He's
folds
short
on.
stacked too, though. Isn't he? There he
Yeah.
goes.
Paul Moskowitz all in.
Finally, Paul makes the right decision.
Yeah.
Give a round of applause to Paul Moskowitz.
I'm clapping for you, Paul.
Moscow walk down the street.
Of course, you'll see him blow up when the queen hits the board. I think Corey's going to call here.
He might, I don't know, how much more is it?
I saw him praying earlier at the mosque.
That's because he went and got some Moscatoos.
I took my card to the mosque. They were Mexican.
How much is the raise, Train? It's just a lot to do with Paul's image, too.
He must have told. He must have
Because he
told.
knows earlier he shoved that ace queen, but he didn't shove, and he was short stacked.
Well, I think
No more Mosca spraying.
Paul was not concerned what Corey did, so you definitely had to feel like Paul was ahead. He was able to laugh and carry on with everybody else, and if you were worried about Corey calling, you definitely wouldn't have keeled over in your chair with laughter. So I think that was a big giveaway for Corey to fold there.
Well, there was, 5 really crappy hands there. I think 8 high was the best hand.
Bobby calls.
He's ready to see if I check. Where's the full last?
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't mean to call this, but check.
See if Bobby tries to bluff with a check raise here.
700 bet by Corey.
You're just kidding.
I wouldn't bet no set. Taking that down. You got to show that back.
I would love to see 3-handed between Bobby, Corey, and Trevor. I think that would be fun.
I was just hoping
And I
it
think
was
it'd go
sweet flop
fast.
with that hand. It was a raising hand for sure. I just had to work it. I wanted a sweet flop.
There's another Corey with 4s.
Bobby with his 7-8 suited. Bobby's the button.
Raise to 1200.
He's trying to figure out.
Great button raised by Bobby.
Bobby.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's the
He rounded
favorite
up.
percentage-wise. I'm surprised.
Well, that's because one of the 4s is gone.
Yeah, one of the 7s is gone. But he's just
Yeah.
connected to.
I think if once the 4-7 gets out of there, I think it'll switch up.
See
a
what
little
kind of
bit.
play Corey makes with this little pair.
He's out of position.
Action on Corey.
I wouldn't be surprised
Folds.
if he folds.
Trevor folds.
Like I said, you're 6, 7-handed. At this point, they're 5-handed, so raising on the button definitely comes into play.
This coming from the guy that just sprayed.
Yeah, I know.
I think one's best.
4s is not a hand I like to play out of position.
What about what you don't see that's on me right now?
Bobby, the germaphobe.
Don't you know science things?
The Mosca contamination.
The real germaphobe is not here.
Paul Moscow stack first.
Haven't you seen that?
Trevor with a king 8.
I did. Was that when they blew up the truck?
No, that's when they shot the bullet into the pool. You saw that one, sure. I got to see it on DVD, Blu-ray.
I only watch Mythbusters for the rest.
Raised to 1200 by Trevor.
She's in a couple.
Well, guys, I think I'm going to get going.
You're going to take off?
Absolutely. Good playing tonight.
Yeah.
Good seeing you again.
Thank you.
Better luck next time.
3800 is what Trevor has behind.
Hopefully.
Would you be interested in playing next season if
Oh, I already talked to
they? Oh,
Tony.
did you?
Of course, I'm not guaranteed to come in, but I definitely want to interview. So
Okay. I was
absolutely,
going to say I'll let him know,
Next
but
calls.
if you already talked to him, I don't need to then.
Yeah, I'm interested in playing. It's a good setup. It really is.
It's fun.
And there's not a whole lot of really. There's not a lot of players that are wound real tight. You know, that makes it.
Trevor
You
bets
run into
1200. Max folds.
players like that is kind of unfun, or it's just not. You can't really enjoy yourself. This is a good group of guys that got here.
Yeah.
I like to come after Bobby again too.
Yeah.
Well, you'll get your chance because he's going to be here next season, I think.
We'll talk to you guys.
All right,
Thanks.
Bobby
we'll see.
to act first.
They're mirrored, so people look at the reflection and see.
But then you've got the whole David Hasselhoff look on it.
That's why.
Why aren't you wearing them? Well, if I had your stack, I'd be wearing those. For sure. Trevor has his on his. Let me put.
Quarter of
And
pocket
holster.
8s.
And
See if he
big
puts the
holding
sunglasses
card.
on you.
That's what
Taking a class in archaeology.
I think he just wears them to drive his Corvette.
Corey does, in fact, have a Corvette for sale. If anybody would like to buy it, I believe he wants $21,000. I think it's a
Raised to 1300.
75,
By Corey?
maybe. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. He could tell you more about it.
He may be even willing to play a game of speed chess for it too.
Yeah, if you're feeling lucky,
Corey to act first.
and Robert doesn't want to stand in the way of the camera.
Nice year. Kings and 8s and 6s are all out here.
Call. Oh, okay, sure.
Bobby gets a
Big
wall.
blind Bobby gets a watt.
Yeah, man.
Trevor to act first. 5 minutes, 59 seconds left in the blinds. Blinds are 300, 600.
I think. Not sure though.
Trey put something out on Facebook. Players for it. I don't know.
We got a little towards that going on.
We have Trevor with 9.
Max with an ace 8. Not Paul's the only other one that's got a playable hand.
Raised to 1400 by Trevor. Max
Max goes all in.
Max
with
all
his
in,
ace
5,600.
I'm afraid of that.
Sorry. He's never folding anyway.
Jack 3 exposed. Trevor does call.
Oh my god. I'm a freaking genius.
Ace 8
Trevor.
versus pocket 9s.
Seeing if he can take down another pot with 9s here.
You scare me.
Dude, it's just
Scare me.
patterns in the universe.
Not sure what. I think Max was just tired of playing there.
I said he probably has like ace 8 or
To re-raise shove with ace 8.
I've been trying to steal it. He definitely snap shoved, which was kind of surprising, but he wants to take the gamble and see where he stands.
Good luck all in. With chips up.
And that should about do it. That'll bring Max out in
Game
5th
Max.
place.
Max a million, max on the 5 shirt. 5 shirt max.
I think a Jack 3. Really? What'd you see? I think that was Corey's cards anyway.
Well, Max, seemed like you were in a hurry to get in here there at the end.
Well, it just got boring playing anything that was Queen 2, Queen 3, King 4, Jack 2.
Ace 8 looked like the way to go.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to get blinded out with those other hands anyway, so I figured it was probably my best option.
3 minutes, 48 seconds left in the
I
blinds.
think I was down to like
Probably beat Mark.
7 or 8 big blinds, if that.
Yeah, those nights get frustrating.
But he was pretty low.
So, I mean, 7 big blinds, and I mean, I think it's probably going to be my best option.
Looked like you were getting a little tilted earlier.
Yeah, I mean, I think I got Jack 2 or Queen 4, something like that.
Well, no, the hands
3
you
or
were
4 times in
getting,
a row.
Bobby
Yeah.
back first.
when you would get into a hand, it seemed to be getting pushed around.
I mean, I don't even think I really played anything. I got 10s like right when we came back with that red deck, and after that I didn't get anything, and I got 3, 4, and so I was like, well, let's throw an extra 600 or 700 in, whatever it is, see if I can hit anything on the flop and go with it. And obviously, since I think a Broadway draw of some type showed up, a Royal Flush Broadway draw, that was that, and as soon as he looked at his chips, I was getting rid of that.
Just fold, Paul. I know you're going to anyway. That's the only reason I raised. So, give me your blind.
Eeny, meeny, miny,
It's
mo.
always the second one. Always put the
I
chip.
tell you what, with being a 60-40 dog, it wouldn't be a horrible play there.
I had to pick up on it.
I need a few more chips to call in. And a better hand.
Or
Small
you need your
call.
Corey back first.
jam it in there.
2 minutes, 15 seconds left in the blinds.
I'm sure you had 2 overs.
Trevor with 9s, or jacks now.
Over what, your pair?
With 9s, now he's got jacks.
No.
Anybody else can play here.
I shove it.
I would go in the booth. I would take a break for this orbit and go in the
Raised to 1300 by Trevor.
Because stop being a Moscow wuss.
In fact, if they were even suited, I probably would.
Jacks.
You can put Moscow in front of it.
Yeah, nobody calls, raise and take it.
You're a Moscow bastard.
It all sounds like something.
You think that the early 90s.
Moscow, Eiffel Tower.
I need a Moscow cat. Hi, Rob.
All right, Train, it's time to bust Moskowitz out so we can get this thing moving.
Yes, sir.
Whoa.
Trevor, there is a chance Trevor could go out before Paul does.
There's
Or
a
because
chance.
Trevor plays more
Yeah.
hands. Unless they both have an A on them, Paul's probably not getting in with it.
Raised to 1200 by Trevor. 1 minute, 10 seconds left in the blinds.
His cards aren't showing.
Bobby's hand is not showing up.
Bobby needs to use his circle a little bit more.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we'll be on break after this hand, probably. Bobby raises to 3000. Corey folds.
Let's see if Trevor tries to get tricky here. Every time these two get in a hand, the other one
Yeah.
doesn't think the other one has anything.
They like to try and not play each other with 3 and 4 bets.
Yeah.
Trevor folds.
Nice ball.
Time for one last hand.
Stand those, chips. You don't know what you got.
Moskowitz to act first.
Go to the tween the right way.
What's a Moscow tween?
Or maybe a Moscow tween is like ace jack suited with 6 big blinds and above. That's what it's called.
We have Trevor with a 10 jack.
Commercial where the kids like talking shit about
Trevor gets a walk.
how the candy
And it's break.
Trevor gets a walk.
What would the trees be made of? Candy, of course. What Moscow candy look like? Button is on Coy when you get back.
Well, at least I don't have to worry about going to school tomorrow.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah, that's the way to look at it.
Why, school done?
Yeah.
Oh.
For another 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And then I go back the second or third week. Not right next week.
And we will return shortly with updated chip counts for all of you.